And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. I'm Gary Kaltbaum, your host. Hey, thanks for being with us today. Glad you're here, ladies and gentlemen. Happy that you are listening. It's July 6th. It's Monday. It's 2026. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a good July 4th weekend. I have to tell you, I'm an observant person, and I flew in and out of LaGuardia Airport. And I'm just thinking to myself, what a tough job it is to run airports. Think about all the flights, all the people, all the safety, all the security, all the retail. I think that'd be one hell of a tough job. And I think most people forget that as we go through our lives about the hard work being put in by people, all different kind of things. I was quite interested as I was looking around and walking around and seeing what they were doing. Just a thought from me. Hey, in case you don't know, this is serious talk on everything that affects you. We'll do the markets, the economy, your job, your industry, Washington, D.C., and all that. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe I said to you in the last week or two that I'm pretty much done with him. The things that are coming out of the rigging of stock markets from the top down, the insider trading before major announcements, by the way, both short and long. Now a whole bunch of new things are coming out about the leader of the free world enriching himself and his family, while his family enrich themselves through I'm looking for a word. I don't even have a word anymore. So we're just letting you know, because we were asked. You can all read it yourself. It is demoralizing. It's depressing. It pisses me off. And it's being done in plain sight, in case you don't know. Being done in plain sight. Taking positions in companies and then promoting those companies on his feed or deals. I'm going to just give you a list of things, and you all just decide for yourself. And we're done. The only time we're ever going to bring him up with when something material happens and we have to mention him, but we're done. There's a reason why the independents have run away from him. First off, his sons. A $620 million Pentagon loan, the largest in the program's history, to a company his son bought into 3 months before. An Air Force drone contract to a startup that the sons took public through a golf course company that they own a piece of. A $24 million Pentagon robotics contract to a company that employs one of the sons as the chief strategy advisor. A stake in the largest undeveloped tungsten deposit on Earth in Kazakhstan, backed by $1.6 billion from the U.S. government after the son took position. You can all read about the meme coins. $2.3 billion from crypto ventures, where he pardoned a man who, God almighty, how much they put into it. And there's so much more. Let me put it this way. They don't stop. It's like every day something new that we're finding out. And by the way, they're not arguing it. They're not arguing it. A major short on oil prices right before the announcement. A major long on oil prices right before the war. A major long on the market right before they announced peace. And no investigations. So we're just letting you know, if you don't hear us talk about them, I guess the people that are upset about me bringing all this up will be happy. I left out a lot. And again, they're not arguing it. You know, it's being said, I know nothing. The Sergeant Schultz, I don't know anything. The Sergeant Schultz. It was reported Sunday that 1 million people who bought the Trump meme coin lost $3.8 billion, while Trump personally earned more than $600 million from the sales of the coin. In addition, he reported $800 million from World Liberty Financial, a crypto venture him and his sons co-founded. And of course, other people funded. And of course, you know about the pardons. Right? The pardons. Give our super PAC a couple of $1 million and we'll pardon you. A bunch of white-collar criminals pardoned by the president that do not have to pay their victims. We're demoralized because they're not even arguing it. They're not even debating it. They can't. You know what the problem is? They don't give a crap. They're immune. He'll be impeached by the Dems, but he's not going to be kicked out. He's already been impeached twice. And then he's going to leave the White House with billions of dollars. Billions. I'm demoralized. There's 2 more plus years of this. You know, we teach our kids, be honest, be fair. Don't cheat, don't lie, don't steal. Okay, let's move on. The Nasdaq was up 288 today. The Nasdaq 100 was up 368, but we're going to tell you, be careful about the semiconductors and the artificial intelligence trade. What? But it had such a good day. Well, it was a bounce after 2 bad days, and the semiconductor index was up over 600 today and only finished up 273, so they distributed a hot open. So we are letting you know, listen carefully, if you're looking to get into the semiconductors and artificial intelligence, maybe be a little bit patient here, and of course we'll cover it on a daily basis for you. We think that it's being distributed even in a strong day today, but it was a lot stronger earlier. Just letting you know. There's not a lot of earnings this week. Nothing to think about there. Maybe there's some economic numbers. There's no Fed. It's the summer. I have a sneaking suspicion you're going to get some backing and filling and backing in those areas. We're just talking those areas right now. And what we'll do is isolate. I can tell you in that area, AMD seems like the strongest name now, with NVIDIA one of the weakest. A little bit away from that is Dell, that I think's on the strong side. What's weakening? Some of the best. And we be patient. Up next, we'll continue with that and the rest of the market. This is the one and only Investor's Edge. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. So, what gives? What do we see that we would come on here? And number one, we were saying how bad it was late last week. Why would we be? What are we seeing that others may not be seeing in the artificial intelligence in the semiconductors this second? Well, number one, we did not say anything to the effect of it's going to be trashed. What we are saying is we think we are now in the midst of backing and filling, but if the 50-day moving average gets taken out by the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index, that would mean it's worsening. But how do we know? Well, you never know. But you do your thing. And when we have 100 semiconductor stocks, you know that little example we do for you, or sample? You know when we do the 100 stock sample? If there are only 100 stocks in the market and 100 are in uptrends, and then you lose 10, then 20, then 30, well, we're just letting you know there are many semiconductor and artificial intelligence stocks that we deemed topped for now or breaking down some badly. And the more this occurs, the more names that it occurs to, the easier for us to tell you all this. So when I say to you, Broadcom, very important semiconductor stock, is in its own private bear market, but it's only one stock. But Analog Devices topped out badly in the last 2 weeks and is living below the 50-day. It's only two. But then we tell you about a speculative name like AXTI that broke badly. NVIDIA that is just in bad shape as it is. Oh, we're on 4 now. Oh, but then we can come and tell you about ACLS, that has broken the 50-day moving average on Thursday and worsens today, even with the semiconductors up 273. And then I can tell you about Form Factor. You probably never heard of it. That's okay. That broke Thursday and more today. Or Monolithic Power, or Qualcomm, or Rambus, or Tower Semiconductor, or Veeco Instruments, or Wolfspeed. Oh, you want more names? I can give you more, but I'm not. On Semiconductor. See, I could not do that for a while. I couldn't name any names. They were in uptrends. Well, they're losing a bunch of them. And there's quite a few I have not mentioned. And may I also state for the record, today, SanDisk, arguably the number one name, not a semi, but in the AI space, was up $100 on the open, finished down 9. They distributed the stock. Corning, boy, that was strong. In fact, it was $272 4 days ago. $195 today, opened up at $204, and they sold it off. That's an AI name. I can do more, but you get my point? That's how we're able to come and tell you something's up. And then in the artificial intelligence areas, symbol LITE, SEI, TTMI, SNX, DY, COHR, CTS, ARW, AVT, AAOI, CIEN, CLS, FN, FPS, KEYS, LF. You catch my drift? Jable, JBL, Sanmina, SANM. What am I listing for you here? Well, more names that are just breaking initial support levels or more and breaking the 50-day moving average or more. And the more names that do that, the weaker an area becomes. Just like on the opposite end of the spectrum, Barclays, HSBC, ING Group, Sumitomo, UBS, Banco Santander. What are all those? Oh, they're foreign banks. They all hit new yearly highs today. Oh, so foreign banks. And by the way, banks had a good day too today. That's how we're able to explain things to you. But we also know we have a very flaky market. And we always have to say nothing's ever 100%, but we kind of build up the weight of the evidence, and geez, look at another name and another name and another name. And then I look at some of the others that I haven't moved yet, and I noticed Teradyne. That sucker was strong. It just dropped $100 in 4 days. Broke the 50-day on Thursday, and today hit a high of 400 on the open. Closed under 380. What is that? Oh, that's selling. Just another name. So we're just letting you know this area, we're wary right now. It did not affect the Nasdaq 100 today because Tesla was up 26. Qualcomm was up 10. That's a weak name, by the way. Meta was up 18. Google was up 6 and change. Apple up 4 and change. So some of the big stuff did the thing, and you still had some semiconductors up decently today, just way off the highs. Like Micron. That would be probably the number 2 name, right? Micron at the beginning of the day today was around 1,020. Closed at 984. Distribution. Marvell. Early today was 260. Closed at 249, down $11 from the high of the open. Distribution. But on the other end, as I mentioned, the banks. So just letting you know, we're going to be watching this. Do you know what for? What holds up best? How long it decides to do this? Does it worsen? Do more names go by the wayside? Hope we explained that well. Hey, up next, more on the markets. Whatever else comes to mind, I'm Gary. This is the one and only Investor's Edge. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. Dow was up 155 today. $35 was Goldman, so 3 times 35 times 6 times 3 is 18, so 210. That's about 230 Dow points was Goldman. And as we tell you, Goldman and Caterpillar are the much higher prices than most other things, so they matter big time. Goldman held the 50-day moving average, I believe on Wednesday, within like 70 cents. And it's a $1,000 stock. Also in the Dow today, IBM, which has been acting like a penny stock. What do I mean by that? Do you know IBM went from 220 to 332 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Back down to 243 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. Back up to 299 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. This is IBM. This is a low beta, stodgy name. I don't know what the hell's going on, ladies and gentlemen, with some of these things, but I'm just letting you know. That was up 65 Dow points. Google is now in the Dow, by the way. That was up 6 and change. And that looks like that's a good hold of the 50, the all-important 50. I'm actually looking at that. Apple was up 4 and change. Oh, you want penny stock action? Apple went from 317 down to 275 in 2.5 weeks, and back up to 312 in 6 days. You got me. And in case you don't know, Apple, how many shares outstanding? A crap load. Let's see, market cap 4.3, 4.5 trillion. My thing used to show how many shares outstanding. And they say they improved their site, and now they don't have it. 320 billion. There's like 12 billion shares outstanding, and they're able to move the stock like that. Last week got hit today. United Health down 7, so a little weak medical here. Visa down 5, was down 9 early. And you had small losses in Merck, Microsoft, McDonald's, 3M, Disney. I heard it was packed over July 4th. I don't know. Anybody could have done that, though. One thing I'll never do is go to these theme parks when you know they're packed. Too much. What else? Remember I said the banks? The investment brokers, investment managers, Northern Trust, State Street, T. Rowe Price, they're on the strong side. And brokerages today had a good day. Ameriprise up 18. It's about 3.5%. Schwab, 3.5%. Got to look at Schwab's chart now. That's turning up. So much better action in the investment managers and brokers now. And you even had a pretty good day in those private equity companies that everybody's so worried about. The market wasn't worried about it today. You had red. By the way, I don't know what's going on with AutoZone, but that stock has just crumbled. 4,388 to 29.57, and it was down $201 today. I went into an AutoZone just to check it out. Looked pretty damn good to me. And in that group, O'Reilly Automotive, new yearly lows today. Advanced Auto Parts was down 8% today, so something's going on in those auto parts retailers. But I went into an AutoZone, looked pretty damn good to me. Plenty of people in there. Only one sample, though, I must admit. Yeah, I know. But I'm always on the lookout. What else? Let's see. Solar's bounced today. China with a little bounce today. Gold is a little firmer now. Up another 4. And I must say, write this down. Maybe, possibly, could be. Not sure yet. Crypto. Maybe enough to the downside. I'm not sure. But do you remember back in April we said we thought that it's going to rally some, and it did for a little while, and then it croaked? We think maybe it's going to get a little rally in here. I don't know duration, how far. And I still remember when it was May 18th, and we said we think the crypto move is over to the upside. So we'll let you know on this go round. We're not sure yet if it even's going to go, but it just has that look to it. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. Well, actually, quote me on that. We'll see what tomorrow brings. It trades under the 50-day moving average and pretty much around yearly lows. It just looks like it's trying here. At least it's putting up a fight. Crypto, ladies and gentlemen. Weakness in housing today. Retail, your handsome and buff toast does not like that group. Most all retail acts poorly. Wouldn't go. I think I'm down to maybe 2 retail stocks that have my interest. And remember, Target was acting pretty well? Nah, it's done. So we'd avoid retail, which has got us weirded out a little bit. Because if economically sensitive names are doing okay, nothing special, why is retail getting hit? And boy, they hit a few today. Am I right to say Dillard's was down another $30 today? Yeah, it was. It's a $500 stock. Yields down a little bit today. Oil was flattish. Have you noticed you've heard nothing on peace talks? Have they just forgot about them? Are they happy now just with the Strait of Hormuz open and nothing's going to come of it? You know, there is that possibility. Just forget about it. You think that's a chance? Well, all I know is oil prices are down. Let's hope it stays that way. I just think a lot of these things that are supposed to get done just aren't getting done. Is there a China trade deal? There's a trade truce but no trade deal with China. Trade truce, meaning they stop tariffing each other. Is there a Europe trade deal? Commitments. Did they ever sign anything? Something officially known as an agreement on reciprocal, fair and balanced trade. Okay, so I guess there may be a little deal there. I'm just happy to see oil prices where they are, under 70. And I was looking at the pump. It keeps going lower. And expect some more lower prices on your on gas here in the next week or so. Not so sure we're going to go much lower from here, but anything's possible. I can tell you I think there's probably room for another I think another 10% if it wants to. Let's just hope there's no more. There was a threat out today, but I don't think anything's going to come from it. Speaking of that, tonight, USA in soccer. By the way, I'm so into it, especially the fans. You see the fans from Norway? Awesome. Just awesome. I will watch the game tonight. I may not even watch Monday Night Raw just to watch the game tonight. Up next, we'll think of something. This is the one and only Investor's Edge. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. I must tell you, we continue to get the most asked about stock is SpaceX. Today it hit a high of 168, a low of 155, closed at 160. Only down $1.60, but it's down $2 in the aftermarket, so it's down a little bit. The only edge I can tell you we have right now is it seems that 150 area is pretty good. That's about all I can tell you. What we're looking for at this juncture is something akin to what we saw with MasterCard when it came public. I'm trying to think what else I'm thinking about. Where you had a good move up originally, you came down, you settled in, and you put in this little range-bound action, and then you broke above the range. I will tell you the high of the last 2 weeks is 172.40. But that was a one-day high before you got trashed the next day, which I believe was last Wednesday. Tuesday was the day it went to 172.40. I am not sure where or when. I somehow I think there's going to be one decent move out of here. They do not report earnings to August 5th. At least that's what it says. So there's plenty of time. Right now, it's in the midst between 150 and 170. We'll keep you informed why. Everybody's asking me about it. Let's see, where was I? Oh, I was in the airport, and somebody came up to me. I guess they recognize from Little Fox. And so what do you think of SpaceX? Do you own it? Oh, yeah, I do. Where do you own it at? Ooh, 210. You didn't sell it when it went down 8%? No. People are just gluttons. Just remember, something that drops 50% has to get back 100 to get you even. Not saying SpaceX is going to drop 50%. But it's gone from 225 to 160. What is that, 65 on 2? It's 30%, just about. That's a big haircut, kids. I don't know how people go through that. And I was on a flight, and the internet was not great. Usually it is. I'm not going to mention who. Usually their internet's pretty good. Was this time? Starlink, the shape of things to come. I think they're going to take over the universe. We'll see. We will keep you informed because, again, it is the most asked about stock right now, besides crypto. I'm still getting asked about crypto, even though it's down 50% from the highs, but had a good day today. Maybe turning a little bit. Just remember, we think the whole crypto thing is BS. There's no sales, no earnings, no product, no services, but we're going to let you know on a technical basis. We've done that before on the breakouts and breakdowns. The last breakdown was November 4th. The near-term low we called when it broke above the 50-day in early April. But then mid-May we said, oops, we think that's party. We're also asked a lot about Tesla today. Why? Because it was down like $35 on Friday. Or Thursday, excuse me, and up $26 today. What gives? Or another one that's trading like a penny stock. I don't know. I don't know what caused it to go down $35 on Thursday. I don't know what caused it to go up 26 today. All I can tell you, the stock has done nothing for 10 months. It is only now down about 18% off of the highs of December of last year. About 18%. And it looks like the deliveries are getting a little bit better. And if you watch me on TV on Thursday, I did a little dissertation on Elon about betting against him. Not a smart thing. Do you know that he's also doing something? He's got tunnels called the Boring Company, but also chips for paralyzed people and blind people that maybe can cure paralysis to a certain extent and blindness. I'm worried about what I'm eating for dinner tonight. And look what this guy's doing. It's amazing. Amazing. While he's sending rockets up into the air and catching them. Catching rockets. Amazing. That's little Elon. Back to where we started. Nothing's 100%. But right now, the semiconductor artificial intelligence trade feels like a lot of backing and filling with deterioration. And I say that with the stocks up 273 points today. Just letting you know. And of course, as I said, the stocks was up over 600 today. My job now is to decipher what breaks down versus what holds versus what doesn't budge. And how long we sit in a range, I do not know. It's kind of sort of now been going on for 1, 2, 3, we're in the 6th week. And I got to tell you, it's very wide and very loose. 14,000 down to 11,800, up to 14,655, down to 13. Stay tuned. Hey, you'll have a great evening. Drive carefully. When you get home, do like we do. Quite simple. Make sure you hug your family, hug your children. They will feel better. You will feel better. I promise. Stay well, be well. And no emails, okay? We're not going to mention them anymore. Have a good night. Bye-bye.